YouTube of Billy. So there's a bit of a division, well, not really a division, I guess, but some confrontations within the conservative world between Steven Crowder and the Daily Wire. So I subscribe to both. I'm a Daily Wire subscriber. That's where I get my my Leftist Tears mug that, well, is not here anymore. It's at home. I've been using it instead of just letting it roast in the sun. But anyway, but then I also subscribe to The Blaze, so I get to watch Steven Crowder. So first thing I saw was Steven Crowder's video about, you know, the offers and all that stuff. And I was like, oh man, I mean, that is kind of a bummer, the way that he was wording it. Well, then the next one I saw was, you know, his response to the Daily Wire. Well, I didn't get to see the Daily Wire's video with Jeremy Boring until today. And after watching it, I'm like, you know, I'm kind of on the side of Daily Wire on this one. And here's why. And I feel like Steven's main point of contention, his qualm, was that Daily Wire, he felt like Daily Wire would basically own him. Anything that he said and did would be property of Daily Wire. Well, that's kind of how business is. And in the video, Jeremy kind of, you know, described it, you know, a little different. It's like the stuff that he already has is his. It's like we'll have access, we'll have rights to it while he's under contract, and if he chooses to leave after the contract, then we're gone. He's good. He takes it all with him. Anything that the Daily Wire produces for him, so, you know, any extra specials, movies, you know, documentaries, stuff like that, that the Daily Wire themselves put money into, of course, they would own that. Another point that Steven didn't like was, you know, he felt like they were punishing him for, you know, getting strikes and getting demonetized on certain platforms. It's like, and the way that Jeremy described it is like, well, you know, that's the revenue that we're bringing in to support you, and so if we're not making money from those, then we can't give it to you. So that kind of makes sense to me. The other thing that makes sense was, you know, while you're on those social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, blah blah blah, there are certain things you can and can't say because of their you know, unrealistic and unconstitutional, you know, free speech, anti-free speech stuff. Excuse me. But with my job, there are certain things that I can't say because I represent that organization. And Jeremy described it, he said, hey, he took inspiration from Steven's model. You know, be on YouTube, you know, conform to the YouTube rules and, you know, push the limits a little bit. But then go behind a paid subscription wall and then say whatever the heck you want. Like, that's his idea. That's what Steven Crowder does. You know, at the end of his video, if you don't subscribe to him, he says, piss off YouTube, and that's all you see. But if you do subscribe, you get like another 45 minutes to an hour of exclusive content. And that seems like what Daily Wire was wanting to push towards. It's like, okay, that makes sense to me. So, having watched all the videos, kind of, you know, compared them, like, I'm on the side of the Daily Wire. Now, if that doesn't gel with what Steven Crowder wants to do. It's just a difference of business models. Steven Crowder wants his brand to be Mug Club. If that's what he wants, then I think he should just start his own platform. Get some people together, start it, do it. And if it works, then awesome. There'll be another behemoth conservative voice out there. Conservative alternative media. But I feel like the way that Steven Crowder is doing this is burning bridges. Because he just, I don't know, I don't like that he's kind of throwing everything out the window. You know, friendships, business partnerships. You muddy the waters too much with that, and it's hard to come back from that. And one thing Steven says, like, no, you know, nobody who's ever in the right ever said it's just business. It's not personal, it's just business. Well, it is kind of business. I mean, the Daily Wire has to make money. They are a capitalist organization. And he explained it, like, we pay all these employees. We have to make money to do that. We're not a charity. We're in the process of, in the business of making money to further the brand, further the technology, further the capabilities, all that stuff. And if Steven Crowder wants to, solely own everything and have pretty much freedom to do whatever he wants, he needs his own thing. That's what it's going to come down to. But I don't know if there's an audience big enough for that. I mean, yeah, he was saying, the Crowder Forever, the website crashed or whatever because so many people were signing up. They said it was some attack or whatever. But the number of emails that they got were just unbelievable. Well, I guarantee a majority of those aren't going to subscribe if you come up with a new thing. So, I think, and gosh, the contract started at $50 million. I mean, there's some negotiation in there. And Steven said it's not about the money. It kind of is about the money. I mean, you're not going to do this for free, right? You're going to at least make enough to cover your bills, enjoy a comfortable lifestyle. If I had that contract, if I could work for the Daily Wire, heck yes, I'd do it. If I could ride my motorcycle around and talk about politics and, have to sit down with all these brilliant people and have conversations, was it monthly, behind the scenes, and like quarterly, different Q&A sessions, and try to come up with my own like full-length documentary. Like, good grief, I would jump at that for a fraction of the $50 million starting out contract. I mean, gosh. I make like, what's the math? 1% of $50 million? Is that right? Yeah, maybe? I don't know. It's been a long day. And my brain's kind of just done. Yeah, nowhere near that. I mean, gosh, I would take that for just, a double in my salary right now. I would be thrilled over the moon for that. So Daily Wire, hey, Jeremy Boring, if you're listening to this, got a little nobody YouTuber you know, I think 266 subscribers by the time I made this video. Woo! If you want a conservative commentary on the motorcycle, then I'm your man. What is this guy doing? Just going really slow. Come on. That could be entertaining. There's got to be some sort of market for that, right? No, they want to look at faces. Well, I can get a couple more cameras. You know, look at my face. Maybe, yeah. For, you know, hey, $100,000? Shoot, I could get me some nice gear. Oh, but anyway. But I think Steven is overreacting. I think it's just, he does have an ego, but he has built it. Like, he has done that, not entirely on his own, like Jeremy Boring pointed out. Like, he's always been under contract with someone. Like, that's, yes, he built that underneath someone else. So I'm kind of on the side of the Daily Wire, but at the same time, it's like there's got to be some other way to go about this other than just making videos back and forth, accusing each other, and causing yet another divide in the conservative movement. That's not the way to do it. So that's just my 2 cents. And it's Steven Crowder. If you start your own thing and you want a conservative commentator on a bike, on a motorcycle, I'm your man. Just saying. And Daily Wire, just saying. Blaze, just saying. I'd love it. That would be awesome. Just be excellent to each other. Tuba Billy signing out. God be with you till we meet again.